Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another amazing episode of Happiness from Within. I'm your host, Jeanette Prado. How are you? How are you guys hanging in? I know our world right now is going through a global epidemic. I just want to promise you that we are going to get through this. I just want to thank you from my heart to yours. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. This podcast does not happen without you guys, so I appreciate you so much. I'm so excited for today's episode. I have an incredible young woman. Her name is Lucy Liu. So Lucy is a certified life coach, women empowerment workshop facilitator, and she's the host of her weekly podcast, The Lucy Liu Show. Definitely recommend you guys to check out her show. Absolutely amazing. Lucy was born in China and raised in Los Angeles. She has a deep, ambitious desire for success in life and to finish school sooner. So Lucy dropped herself out of high school as a straight A student. After her sophomore year, she graduated from UCLA with a BS in economics and had plans to pursue her dream of becoming a financial advisor. But soon thereafter, Lucy was living in Hollywood and courageously chose love over her career and moved to Taiwan. It was a country she had not even visited. Lucy underwent many life's transitions, overcoming many different kinds of obstacles. Today, she shares her stories and strategies to help influence women around the world to be more powerful, soulful, and joyful. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you guys to hear her story. And definitely just some great advice. She's just such an amazing coach. I met her at an event that I went to last year, Alyssa Nobrigo's event. So I just want to encourage you guys to grab yourself a glass of water, maybe a cup of coffee, maybe some fresh juice, a cup of coffee or tea, and I'll catch you guys in the episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 19 of Happiness from Within. I am so ecstatic for today's guest. I actually met this incredible young woman at a conference back in January, so it's really exciting to be connecting with her and actually having her on my podcast. So let me give you an amazing introduction to her. So Lucy Liu is a certified life coach, helping women in life transition to get unstuck, beat overwhelm, set clarity, set new goals, live a happier, fulfilling life, and thrive. She is an unshakable optimist, wife, mother, easygoing entrepreneur, women empowerment workshop facilitator, motivational speaker, and now makes it her passion to help other women. So I actually have her here on the line. Hi, Lucy.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
How are you today?
Good. I am doing great, and I'm absolutely honored to be here.
Great. So let's go ahead and jump in. So tell us where you're from, take us back to your childhood.
Wow. I was born in China, and my family immigrated to the U.S. when I was in elementary school. And I grew up in Los Angeles. But after graduating college, I moved to Asia again.
Wow.
Yes, and I've been there for 15 years, and I just recently moved back home again to Los Angeles.
Really? Wow. Interesting. What was it like growing up in China? Can you tell us a little bit about that? That's very fascinating.
Yes, actually, I think being Chinese means you have a lot of traditional values and culture. It's very different from the American culture. And, now that I've grew up in Los Angeles and I consider myself Chinese American. So that's another whole different culture where the two is like mixed. Just like when we go to like Panda Express, we love the food there, but it's not Chinese food. It's like Chinese American food. So yes, but it's a learning experience and I love every part of it. I love being who I am today, and that makes me who I am.
Absolutely. Do you have any siblings?
No, I don't. Actually, in China, back in the days, you can only have one child. They have a single child policy.
Wow. Is it still like that, Lucy?
About a couple years ago, they opened it up to having to being okay to have two kids.
Wow. I'm really fascinated to ask you because maybe someone listening doesn't really know about, your beautiful culture in China, but what would happen if somebody had twins?
Twins are okay because that's not, but by choice. But like my mom, she was pregnant when I was 3 and she had to get an abortion.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was my next question. What happens if, by natural, the woman gets pregnant again? I mean, is there like a bunch of abortion clinics or how does that work? I can't imagine the suffering that these women go through,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're living the life of your parents and you're living the life of, government rules. So that's kind of like my upbringing as well. Like growing up in a traditional Chinese family, I was living the life of my parents as well. And I'm sure a lot of Asian women can relate to this. And I mean, my parents had wonderful jobs in China, but they gave up everything and immigrated to America with high hopes for a better education for me. My mom was a very respected doctor in China.
Wow.
But because of me, she had to give that all up. And, obviously she didn't know any English. So when we immigrated here, she was a maid. She had to mop floors and clean toilets for others. So in that way, like I had to do well. Right. I felt this sense of pressure, I guess, that I had to get straight A's. I had to do well. I had to excel in school, and which I did. And also I was very eager for more success that I dropped myself out of high school after sophomore year.
Wow. Tell us about that. What was your mindset behind that? Like, what is it you wanted to do?
Like my parents, they have done so much for me. Like a lot of tiger parents, and so I took the GED and eventually I got myself through community college and I transferred myself into UCLA and I graduated 2 years ahead of my peers. I mean, my parents were beyond proud of me when I told them, right, that I was ahead, I was doing all this. They were very proud of me. But in the end, again, I told them I no longer wanted to become a financial planner like I intended to, and also I interned for. And instead, I left the country and went to Taiwan and married my husband.
Oh, so my God. Wow.
Yes, that was a big culture shock for them.
Wow.
So I did not live the life they planned for me. But, through a decade of personal development and my life journey, I discovered true happiness. And I'm really forever grateful for my parents for understanding that even though I didn't live the life they planned for me, in the end, I turned out okay. And they are my why now. My parents are my why. And because I was able to discipline myself through dropout school, overcoming all these hardship in a foreign country by myself, I am very grateful for them and understanding. And in the end, everything, I mean, even though I broke all these cultural norms, and in the end, my parents, they just want me to be happy. And in the end, everything turned out to be okay. And because I am happy now, they are happy for me.
Wow, Lucy, wow. I love that. So take us back. I'm really fascinated to know. So a lot of my audience that listens, they are really into personal development and inner happiness. Take us back to your journey of like what took you to Taiwan. Like, what was this journey? Did you go on a retreat or just anywhere you'd like to start? I'm really fascinated to share your story with the audience.
Honestly, I wasn't happy, to be honest. I mean, I interned at Merrill Lynch. If you're in finance, you would know that's like a very big firm and big name in the finance sector. Okay. And, my manager, they were managing assets, in the billions. They were like managing funds for these A-listers, like movie stars. And I saw a lot of it that even the rich and famous, they're very unhappy about themselves. And I felt like I didn't belong in there. Like I have a very soft heart. Like I felt like I would feel really bad if I lost money for my clients. So even though, yes, I see the corner office, I want to climb the corporate ladder, but deep in down my heart, I did not feel happy doing what I was doing.
Did you interact with any of these celebrities or?
No, I was doing like the back end work for my manager. Like we were doing cold calls, like the pre-retreat or pre-workshop like work behind the scenes. But it's just even that. I mean, and I had friends and college classmates. They were interning at other offices that were working 80 hours weeks. They were sleeping in their office. And everyone was making a lot of money, and also my boyfriend at the time had a business. So I was helping him with that. And I think also coming from an entrepreneur family background, I also helped my parents with their family business, and I did make money on the side, and I was doing well financial wise, but it made me feel money did not equal happiness.
Wow.
I see it myself. I see it in others. Like I wasn't happy. It wasn't what I wanted with life. Like I thought, more money would make me happy, or the success, or even this faster road to success would make me happy, but it did not.
Interesting. Wow. The reason I was asking if you interacted with any of these celebrities, because you were saying that you see that they are unhappy. So I was just wondering any sort of interactions or things on the phone of like how that opened your eyes.
Not personally, but I hear a lot of stories. And
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to Taiwan, and it was just a completely new life to me. And yeah, there was also culture shock, and there was loneliness, and I had no friends and no family. But you know what? In the end, I learned so much. I went through a decade long of personal development. Like there was always up and downs, right? But in the end, you don't need any support. Your true support is yourself. Wow. Yes, we want to surround ourselves with positive vibes, right? But what if you're at a place where you don't have that? But the only person who's going to be with you until the end of time is yourself. Wow. So what you tell yourself is so incredibly important.
Wow. That's wow. So tell us, during this time when you're doing your personal development, what is one of the biggest obstacles that you were going through, and how did you overcome it?
I think I do tell this story a lot, but it's very important because my name is Lucy Liu. So I had a lifelong limiting belief that I'm Lucy Liu. I'm nobody. Like I am never going to be as famous or as important as the Lucy Liu, right? Because she's so talented, she's so famous. We just do not see another Julia Roberts. It's just not possible. And, even back in middle school, I took acting classes. I mean, come on, I grew up in LA. I wanted to be an actress at one point. And I was just always not the Lucy Liu. So I went to many auditions, and all the casting director would always run out very excitedly that Lucy Liu is on their list, but would be very apparently disappointed to see little me because I wasn't the Lucy Liu. So I went to many auditions and never got any role. Well, eventually I stopped going because then I realized I no longer was interested in being an actress. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to do finance. But, I think thinking back now, in the moment, you don't realize it. But once 20 years go by, you're like, wow, those days, the low times that my self-esteem was crushed like again and again, but I picked myself up. It was that exercise. It was that like training my confidence muscle that made me who I am today. So I kind of brought that confidence along with me as I grew. And anytime I feel low, I kind of have to, be very self-aware of myself and pick myself up. And that's what I do now. I love it when, women, they have their lows in life. They're very vulnerable. They're going through this period of life transition. And that's who I love to help, because this period of vulnerability could be the most beautiful time in your life.
Wow. That's amazing. So what would you say to a young woman listening right now? Let's say they're really struggling right now with low self-esteem. What is something one step they could take to get themselves more confident?
Absolutely. Because it's like going from transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly. There is this period of transformation and transition. And you really have to take control and honor the beauty of this process, right? And you have to believe that you have the power to control yourself. Things happen in life, but most circumstances are actually neutral. Your reactions and your thoughts after will determine the outcome of your life. So the feeling you have towards these specific circumstances are very important. Like, of course, there are things we cannot control, okay? Being born, getting sick, aging, and dying. These are 4 things in life you cannot control. But other than these 4 things, you get to take control of how you live your life, how you walk your journey, and how you transform into the next stage of your life. So a CEO sets the strategy and vision for a corporation, and it is up to each of us to set the strategy and vision for our lives, because we are the CEO of our own lives. You are the CEO of your own life. So it all takes a moment-to-moment shift in your mindset. It's all it takes. I mean, sometimes we think of it's so hard, but the moment you really truly make that decision, it's all it takes. It takes one decision. And another example of that is I saw someone drown in front of me when I was 5 years old at the beach.
Wow.
And ever since then, that day, I mean, the memories are vague, but I remember, and I've been afraid to swim all my life. And in high school, we had to pass a swimming proficiency test in order to graduate. I practiced for a month every day at my friend's house for this test, and I was only able to pass swimming with my head out of the water because of this fear I had from when I was 5. And a year after I became a life coach, I realized that if I was talking the talk, I need to walk the walk. I am trying to break fears for my clients, right? I'm like turning their fears into excitement, but I wasn't able to do it for myself. And one day I just made a mindset shift. I made a decision that I'm going to let go of this fear. So one day when my daughter asked me to put my head down with her to swim, I just did it. So after 30 something years, all it took was one decision.
Wow. Wow. I'm just really loving this interview so far. Lucy, when I met you, remember when we got into the little groups?
Yeah.
I felt very drawn to you. And I have to say that in talking to you and just being here, you are very confident. I can definitely just tell from all the work that you've done. And I'm sure, self-development, we all know here listening, it's an everyday thing, but you are very inspirational. So I just really want to acknowledge you in this moment. It's just really amazing what you're doing. So yeah.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So let's talk about this passion of yours. So where did your passion for coaching begin? Take us back.
Honestly, as I was doing my own personal development, I was just really always into giving positive advice to people around me. People are always asking me, Lucy, how do you do it? Like, you have no friends, no family. How do you stay so positive? And people's like, oh, Lucy, your life is so good. You know what? Your life is good if you choose to, right? My life is good. Yes, because I always say life is good. right? And that becomes your reality.
Wow.
And when I have fear, I just turn around. When I have problems, I think of positive outcomes. Like how can I make this a positive outcome, right? Instead of finding excuses or dwelling in your sadness, what you want to do is think of a positive lesson that you want to learn from this circumstance and move on in the most timely manner. Wow. I mean, that's it. Everyone has problems. And, when people have problems and they're complaining, what do? I congratulate with them. I'm like, yay, you know what? You are human. Congratulations. You're human. You're alive. Be grateful for this breath. Because that's what it is. As long as you have this breath, there's going to be things that's going to come up. But being, the unshakable optimist I am doesn't mean things don't happen in life. It only means that I have the confidence when things come up, I'm going to find a solution. And that solution might not come today, but it will come. It will come at the right time.
Wow. That's amazing. Can you talk about the routine that you've built your business on?
I have a night routine, which I journal my gratitudes, of course. And what else that made a difference was instead of only journaling the gratitudes, I added my daily wins. And I feel like that made a big difference. Because as you go to sleep, you're feeling like grateful and also like a winner. Like you write down like even the smallest wins of today. And that really makes a difference. I really suggest that you try it. When I'm not feeling myself or even the slightest anxiety comes up, I do breath work. I let go of all negative thoughts and I breathe in positive things and I reset my intention. And I'd also meditate. So yeah, like these routine, they don't have to be very hard. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m., but whatever routine works, try it out. Whatever works for you, just continue to do them. You have to experience with them.
Wow. And what's the mindset that's allowed you to build that routine?
I think just the mindset of positivity. I think being positive is really everything because you have to believe, right? And of course, that positivity is very connected with self-confidence. And when you have this self-confidence, self-awareness, and positivity, everything around you turns positive. And this is why I work with my clients because I feel like I have the superpower to turn any negative into a positive. Like if a client is stressed for 5 days, or 5 months over this one thing that they're stuck on, and they will tell me, and I'm like, okay, well, I see the positive. So it's actually, there's always a positive. It's just if you notice it or not. And I always believe, for me, I have this unshakable belief that there is always a way. So I truly, madly, deeply believe there is always a way. And I believe it down to the point where it's carved in my bones, it flows in my blood, and it's in every fiber of my being that I believe there is absolutely a way. Because when you really, truly believe there is a way, instead of saying lies to yourself like you're not ready yet, you're not good enough, life sucks, yada, 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 instead of finding excuses like that, you believe there's a way, so you will keep an open eye and open mind to find another solution. You will look for new opportunities. Yes, they might not come today, but you will be very open to see new opportunities. Whereas if you have a closed mind, even when new opportunities arise, you'll miss them. So don't let obstacles stop you. Let those obstacles build up and pave your path to success and happiness. And an analogy I use a lot is like, if you see a rock in front of you, do you see it as a boulder that's blocking your way? Or do you see them as little pebbles that's helping you pave your way to success and happiness?
Dang. Wow. 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 I've never seen it said that way. That's wow. I just love your perspective, Lucy. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. I'm so blown away right now. I feel like I'm getting coaching from you. You're just touching a very deep part of my soul right now. So thank you. I'm sure that other people are feeling that way too. It's just, wow. So my next question for you are, what are some insecurities that you deal with on a daily basis?
My own insecurities? Obviously, I think the biggest insecurities we all have is fear of some type, right?
Absolutely.
Pretty much when any problem comes, the way we solve it or the way we don't has to do with some type of limiting belief or fear. And a lot of times we don't know it's fear. For example, you don't hire a life coach and say, I need a life coach because I have fear. No, we never say that, right? It's always something else, but when you're working and you're digging deeper, and a lot of times, actually most of the times after we talk, it all comes down to some sort of fear. So even though we might not notice it or we might not be aware that it's fear, a lot of times it's some sort of fear in the end. So a lot of it has to do with breaking up those fears and limiting beliefs. But you have to be very intentional. You have to notice fears. Like I have all types of fears in life. And once I notice it, I just do anything possible to break it. And that's how you move forward. And that's how you break out of the cycle or a down spiral, right? For example, when I was young, when I was in my 20s, my another biggest fear I had besides swimming was the fear of death. I would sit in my bed watching TV up until like 3 or 4 a.m. because when I closed my eyes, I had like chills down my back. Like I felt like, I might just not wake up. I had, all these fears. But later on, it's like as I went through my personal development, I realized it's because I was happy. I was very content. I have what I need, but I guess I did not find my life purpose. I wasn't feeling fulfilled in my life. And that's another reason I went into coaching is because it gives me that sense of fulfillment. It doesn't make me happy when I make money, but it makes me happy when I help a client. It's that, what I'm energized by. And that's what I suggest or recommend you to do. Do what energizes you for a living. Feel alive because this world doesn't need people. This world needs people who are alive and happy and truly fulfilled. And that's the way we break up our fears. And that was the way I broke my fear.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, that actually transitions perfectly to my next question is, can you talk about, the importance of having a why versus just chasing the money?
Oh, yes, of course. It's the feeling. I mean, it's just like manifestation, right? People's like, oh, I want to manifest this, I want to manifest $1 million. But deep inside, do you believe it? How do you feel about it? Right? If you have, come on, look at it. There's all these movie stars who have billions of dollars and in the end, they do drugs and they suicide. So, that money or fame does not make you happy. What truly makes you happy is finding that why, is that waking up in the morning and smiling, like knowing you're owning the day. Knowing you're going into today, doing what you love, and you're being with people who you love, and you're doing it. You don't have to be like, for me, I have really good relationship with my parents. So obviously my why is my parents. And some people are like, well, I have a really bad relationship with my parents. They're nothing I want to be. Then you could be your why. You still have to be grateful for them, for that they taught you what not to be. So there's always two sides of the story. My parents taught me how I want to be. Like, I want to share my love with my family now. But if you do not have a good family, that works the same way. Then you know exactly what you want. And that why could be yourself. You could love yourself just as much.
Wow. Wow. And for somebody that's listening, what would you say to that person? You know, what does it really take to endure to go to the other side?
It takes a decision. A lot of people are waiting for a catastrophic event in their life. You know, like how we talk about, okay, New Year's resolution. I'll wait until New Year's to do this and this. We're always waiting. Like, okay, you know, if I break up with my boyfriend, I'll do this. Or if something happens, I'll do that. Right? But, you know, your subconscious mind, once you say that or think that way, I will, your subconscious mind will just help you procrastinate. It's not going to happen. You don't have to wait for anything. You don't have to wait for a big aha, wow, bang moment. You can create that moment. Like for me, I never really feel like I had this big aha moment that changed my life. But it was these small aha moments that added up. Like, you know, if I need this aha moment, I can give it to myself. You can reflect on your own story and you can reflect on your own life and you want to make a change to life. You can start today. Don't wait on, you know, you don't have to wait for a sign. No neon sign is going to drop in front of your house. You're not going to get a sign. If you make a decision that your life needs a change, it can happen today.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. My next question to you is, what does happiness from within mean to you?
Oh, I love the name of your show. I love, 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 love it.
Thank you.
To me, happiness from within is a universal truth. You already have all the happiness you need within you. Everything is inside of you already.
Wow. I love that. That's beautiful. Lucy, what are 3 words that describe you?
I would say loving, confident, and positive.
Love that. And how do you want to be remembered when you take your last breath?
I want to be remembered for the positive vibes I spread across the world. I want to be remembered as that I made a contribution to a better world. I made my small share of positive contribution, you know, and that's why I started my podcast, The Lucy Liu Show. I feel like, yes, I'm nobody. Yes, but, you know, it doesn't matter. If my podcast help even just one beautiful soul, I've done my part in making a better world.
Wow. I love that. And another question that came up right now was, I think it's really amazing that you are a mom. How do you manage being a mom and a wife and being and running your business?
Honestly, time management for me has been very easy because I know my priorities and values. I just set my priority and value as, you know, I know exactly what my value is. I know exactly what my priority is. And this could be for you. You know, when you're making a decision, should I do this or not? What you say it out loud. You know, this is not my priority. If it sounds right, then it's probably right, right? If it's not right, if it doesn't sound right to you, then you need to do something about it. So, for example, if my client was to say, you know what, I don't want to improve my time management, then what I would have them say is, for example, a better time management is not my priority right now. If that sounds right to you, okay, let's move on to finding out what your true priority is. But if it doesn't sound right to you, that means you actually have to do something about it.
Wow.
Yeah. So by knowing my priorities and value, I would set boundaries. And from there, it's very easy. You know, having materialistic things to me doesn't mean much, but making sure growing my business at not sacrificing my family. That is my priority. And that's what I hope to help my clients with, is to level up themselves, yet not sacrificing their health, not sacrificing losing themselves in the process, and not feeling burnout, and still being there for their family.
Exactly. Wow. For somebody that's listening, so you have your coaching business. What if somebody is interested in being a coach? Like, did you hire a coach to do what you're doing, or did you just kind of just decide, I'm going to do this?
Oh, yes. In the beginning, I didn't even know life coach was a career. I had no idea it was a profession, and I was actually pretty much doing the work. I was always helping people. And once I realized that it was actually a profession, of course, I took online courses, I took certification for life coaching, and I hired also a business coach. So yes, it makes a difference. It really makes a difference. And I've helped my clients become life coach as well, because I've walked the path myself, and it's still very fresh in my mind. And I go at it as a lifestyle, really. And, not like some business coaches. They're more like, oh, I'll help you reach 6 figures, reach 7 figures. No, that's not me. For me, it's just a better life, a beautiful transformation into the next stage of your life, feeling absolutely fulfilled, doing the work you truly love, and still being there for yourself or your family or your why.
Wow, that's amazing. Let's dive into a little bit deeper about specifically, I know you just touched on it now, so maybe someone listening is resonating with them to work with you. Let's dive a little bit deeper into, what you offer.
I'm mostly working with one-on-one clients. I really want to inspire positive change in them. I want to help them make them happier, create more possibilities, to inspire the extraordinary in them, because all of you are extraordinary. And I can help you rewrite your life story. And I want to see you thriving. And most importantly, have fun along the way.
Oh, that's amazing. Tell us more about your workshops, Lucy.
I facilitate the workshops. I'm currently doing them virtual. I do hope to do them live in person, because I really like that in-person connection in the future. And it's called I Am Remarkable.
Wow.
It's a workshop originally from Google. They used to do them at Google. And it was so popular that they made this into a movement, and it's open to public, and anyone can become a facilitator. It's completely free. And in this session, you develop confidence to promote yourself, both in the workplace and personal life. So you break modesty norms and glass ceilings in the way. And especially as women, I think it's really important to remember that you are remarkable. So anytime you're feeling a little low, this would be so perfect to remind yourself that you are remarkable.
So you work specifically only with women, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. And let's see.
I mean, I have nothing against men. I love men. It's just totally, completely by choice. I believe in women collaboration. I believe in women helping women, because we're so much stronger together.
Oh, absolutely. No, that's beautiful. That's really great. And my last, just what's coming out of my soul right now, wow, I'm just taking everything in you're saying. I'm just so blown away. This has just been, wow. Been flowing so beautifully. Just any last words that you would like to share with the audience before we close? Just anything that comes from your heart and soul, anything.
Sure. I always like to share my favorite quote. It's yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, which is why we call it the present.
Wow. It's like you took the words out of my mouth. That's actually was going to be my last question. What is your favorite quote? Can you say that quote one more time? That was so beautiful. Can you read it one more time?
Yes. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, which is why we call it the present.
Wow.
Yes, I love this quote so much because sometimes we feel in life that, it's completely a lie that something in the past will hunt us forever. But the truth is your past can only hunt you if you let it. So let go of your history, right? Don't hold on to your history. It will be the expense of your destiny. So be very mindful now. Today is a gift. We are alive today and take control of your today.
Wow, Lucy. Wow. From my heart to yours, I just really want to thank you so much for such a beautiful podcast interview. Wow. I'm seriously, I'm so blown away. When I do these episodes with people, it's like you never know what to suspect, right? It's just always
there's
beautiful flow. So
yes, it's been really fun, and thank you for this beautiful opportunity. And to all the beautiful souls, thank you for tuning in and listening to my story.
Absolutely. A year from now, I would definitely like to do another follow-up episode with you, for sure.
All right. I'll look forward to that.
Absolutely. Well, Lucy, thank you so much. And can you tell us where people can find you?
Yes, I am at www.lucyliucoaching.com. That's LUCYLIU coaching.com. And I am most active on Instagram. And my handle is MSLUCYLIU. And pretty much I have the same handle everywhere: Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. It's all the same.
Okay.
So connect with me.
Go ahead, Lucy.
I would love to hear from you, and thank you.
Absolutely. And also, where can they find your podcast? What platforms are you on?
Right now, I'm getting myself on Spotify, and after that, I'm pretty much everywhere, probably on 20 platforms, and look for the Lucy Liu Show.
The Lucy Liu Show. Yeah, you guys definitely got to check out her podcast. She's a rock star. And wow, Lucy, again, thank you so much from my heart to yours. And I just wish you a beautiful day.
You too. Have a beautiful one.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, beautiful souls. Well, that is a wrap. Really hope you were able to take away one golden nugget that you're able to apply to your life today. Or just in some way, if this episode touched your heart and soul, we feel that we have done our mission today here at Happiness from Within. If you were called, if any of this message resonated with you, I would really encourage you to reach out to Lucy Liu. She is an absolutely amazing business and life coach. You can reach her on her website. She's at lucyliucoaching.com. You can also follow her on Instagram at Miss Lucy Liu, and I will make sure to include the links for that below. She also has a really amazing podcast. She's the host of the Lucy Liu Show. Again, I will include the link for that below. But yeah, please follow her. Ask her any questions you might have. And I just really want to thank you from my heart to yours. This podcast does not happen without you guys. And you can also follow me on Instagram. I'm at Happiness from Within now. And just look forward to the opportunity of just connecting with you. And if there's any topics that you would like me to cover during my solo cast, just something you're really curious about in regards to healing, anything regarding the mind, body, heart, soul, please just send me a DM. I would love to hear your feedback, here to help you guys come out of the darkness and into the light. So I love you guys so much, and please don't forget to smile. Yes, you are a beautiful soul, a beautiful beacon of light. I will catch you guys next week. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much. Bye for now.